pretty.
I did it!
Hi, I'm Luke,
And I'm Taylor.
and welcome to
At Least They're Pretty,
a podcast where the only two things these lifelong friends can teach effectively is how to have a good time.
It is so good to be here with you today.
Put her there, baby.
And I will. Tell me to put anything there and I will.
Okay.
One thing about me, I'll put her there.
And I've always loved that about you. That's my favorite quality about you, babe.
Speaking of always loving that about me, isn't it crazy that we've known each other for half of our lives?
It really is. We were talking about that last night, and I was literally like shocked to find out it's been that long.
That's
so we were like 12.
Gaggy.
It's Gaggiana.
Yeah, that was when you guys, me and Luke dated.
Lore drop.
Yeah. Now, much to my dismay, he's gay. But first boyfriend status. How does that feel?
It feels pretty good. I think I set the bar pretty low. So
I mean, yeah. All we did was hold hands.
Once.
Yeah.
With a hand heater. You know those things when you go to like skiing or when it's like snowing outside and you have those like hand heaters in your pockets? I like tried to like do a move and I was like, oh, you literally put it there. You put it there.
Oh my God, you did, because he was like, "Do you want this hand heater?" And I said,
cold.
"Yeah, they're fucking freezing, bro. We're outside at a football game." And then he like grabbed my hand with it and then put it under a blanket. And so like I was like, "Oh my God, this is the first time we're holding hands." But also, oh my God, my hand is so sweaty.
Yeah, we were sweating a lot. That was a choice for sure.
Now it's 103 degrees with my hand in a hand heater with another person's hand under a blanket. But I was like,
I'm not letting go.
We're gonna kiss.
Jack, I'm not letting go.
We're not letting go. And the way that we've kissed more now that we're just besties than we ever even thought about.
Yeah, that is true. Alcohol's a crazy subject. Subject?
Substance?
Yeah. Substance, great movie.
Oh my, I still haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I feel like I would get really scared.
It's just like unnerving. Mm-hmm. And gross. It's really gross.
Yeah. I don't think I can handle it. So today, we're talking about our hometowns. Hometowns.
We have a lot of time living in the same town, but early on had different experiences.
Yes.
So we wanted to talk about those a little bit.
Yeah.
And educate each other on our hometown history.
Yeah, all right. At least our pretty moment today is hometown herstory.
Hometown herstory.
How we're CEOs of our hometowns.
I would like to think so.
I really do think so, for me, at least. I don't know about you.
I'm like, no.
No.
You want to talk about just like how your life was in Tyler?
Yes. So I was raised in Flint, Texas, which is 20 minutes outside of Tyler, Texas.
In Tyler.
And it was the sticks, y'all. Now if you go to Flint, like there's like gas stations and like fast food. That was not the case 20 years ago. So I was raised there, and it was a GD blast, okay? There was a creek that ran through every single person's house in the neighborhood and would empty out into this creek at the end of the neighborhood. And just, there were so many kids. Hey, before video games, cell phones... We were playing in the mud in the creek.
Yeah. I mean, I had not the mud part, well, not the crick part, but I do feel like we at least have that experience of like the no phones and all that.
Yeah.
Because I think I was in like 6th grade when the iPhones came out, and that really changed like the world.
It really did. I feel bad that kids just like aren't playing with the other neighborhood kids these days. I caused a ruckus. I was skateboarding in the middle of the street, cars trying to pass. I was egging people's houses.
I did that a lot, actually.
Yes.
Yeah. TPing.
Yes. Forking. Chalking.
Forgot about
anything that
forking.
You could do to anyone's home.
I forgot about forking.
Oreoing. When you would lick it and stick it.
Have you ever heard of trashing?
Trashing?
They literally just get bags of trash and like dump them in people's bushes.
Okay, that's too far.
Yeah, that's like a lot.
Okay, that's fucked up. What if you like leave a piece of mail in your trash? And then they're like, oh, well,
I guess you got to be careful.
This is Dr. Johnson's kid.
Maybe like compostables only.
Maybe shit only. Yeah, only banana peels.
Only banana peels and toilet paper used.
Oh, perfect. I do have a lot of that.
It's like TPing, but the dirty type.
But pooping.
But poopy. But poopy.
But with a poopy butt.
Put a little poop on
Put a
it.
little poop on it. Put a little poop on
Put a
it.
little poop on it.
But yeah, like I remember like a distinct memory was I was like, you know what? I'm bored. I'm going to invite some friends over. We're going to get some sticks. We're going to put some sewing thread on the sticks and put some ham at the bottom, see if we can catch any fish. No fish were caught, but we caught a load of crawfish. And so we were just putting all the crawfish in every single Tupperware my mom had. So my mom gets home from work and she's like, why are all these crawfish in all my Tupperware? And I was like, 'cause dinner, dude.
You're hunting.
I'm a hunter.
You're a hunter.
Okay, so she was just mad I was defying gender roles.
Literally, you were just bringing home the bacon.
Yeah.
In this case, the crawfish.
Bringing home the mud bugs.
When you caught mud bugs, were they like... Surely they're not like as big as like...
They were big.
Really?
Yeah, they were... Well, I'm remembering that as like... That was 20 years ago.
Right, so maybe...
So I'm thinking like...
Because when they farm them, I feel like they'll make them bigger somehow. Genetics or whatever. I don't know.
I can't tell you what was being pumped into that creek. Like, that's where people would go to, like...
It was Oreos, toilet paper, forks.
Yeah, that, poopy butt. That's where, like, someone would be like, I don't know where to put my old washer. I'm going to dump it in the creek.
So, like, radioactivity.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe. I guess they don't use radioactive.
Well, maybe the mud bugs are eating all the dust.
Could be. Could be. They're microplastics. Their daily dose of microplastics. Micrometals.
Girl, thank God. Okay, so now tell me about you growing up in WF.
Wichita Falls, Texas. It's around 100,000 people, and it has been for, like, forever, basically.
Yeah.
And there's like a conspiracy that all the rich people in the town are like keeping the population the same. Mm-hmm. Like I've heard a lot about that. I don't know how one would do that, but I guess that's why they're rich and not me. They have the mind for manipulation. Mm-hmm. It was like good in the sense of like everything you need is there, and like tons of like restaurant choices. The schools at the time, I feel like, were pretty good. It's like a great family raising town. Yeah. And I had a lot of like friends in the neighborhood. I was always riding my bike. We had a neighborhood pool that was really fun.
Damn.
Same pool.
Damn.
Yeah. Throwback to that.
Okay, you had a pool and I had a creek. What the hell?
It's about your all natural, baby.
Yeah, I was from the sticks.
I have chlorine to my veins.
I have mud bug.
Mud bug. I have mud bug.
I have mud bug in vein.
Yeah, but it was good. Very religious town. There's not much to talk about on the Wichita Falls front. I mean, I liked it for what it was. I just moved out of it after and was like, oh. So, like, there's a lot more to life.
So much more. Yeah. I moved to Wichita Falls when I was in 8th grade. The girlies in Tyler were just not fucksing with Taylor. They were not having a blast. And so
they weren't living.
No, they did not think I was a CEO. They thought I was like the janitor or something.
The mailroom worker.
The janitor for sure.
No offense to janitors and mailroom workers.
No.
Y'all help the society function.
God, no. I appreciate y'all so much. But they did not think I was a CEO. So, and then my grandpa passed away. And so my parents were like, all right, my parents are from Wichita Falls.
Right.
And so they were like, we need to go back there. And I said, no. I love Tyler. No, I didn't. Woo, I'm gonna miss it. So then we moved there, and that's where I met my first boyfriend. That's where we came into
contact. Mm-hmm. Yes, in Spanish class.
It was. To much of her dismay.
With our other great friend.
Yes. That's where we met Brittany. Bobo Jones.
Bobo Jones. Bobo with the big feet.
Yeah, that's where the three of us connected forever and ever.
And it's just been bliss ever since.
It has been bliss. And so how me and Luke got close is we were on our way to a field trip, and we were on a bus, and Luke was listening to something on his iPod, and I said, hey, what are you listening to, freak? Just kidding.
You probably were mean to me at the time.
Probably. I was like, what are you listening to? And he was like, Kesha, have you heard of her? And I said, well, doy.
Well, obviously.
Hey, duh. And so then what was playing was...
Take It Off.
Take it off.
There's a place downtown where the
yeah.
freaks... Y'all get the picture, yeah. I really got into that for a second.
Where's the freaks
gonna come around? There's a hole in the wall.
The best song ever, actually.
Literally slays so hard.
And I honestly don't even remember, like, anything after other than, like, oh, yeah, that's Luke, my best friend. The Pie Boy.
Yeah.
The Pie Boy.
Pie Boy.
So one time I was leaving school, and I was like, oh, Mom, there's my friend Luke. Oh, my God. Roll down the window. She did. And I said, bye, Luke. And he goes, he's holding up the pie, and he's so excited.
A giant pie.
The biggest pie you've ever seen.
Comedically sized. It was like for one of those fundraisers that you do, like, I don't know, for choir or orchestra or whatever, where you're like, they're like, we're going to sell pies. Mm-hmm. And I think I only sold one to myself.
So that was the
and
pie.
That was the one, French silk pie. It's so good.
Oh my God,
it's like
that
chocolate filling, but it has like chocolate like chips on the top.
It sounds so good.
Girl, it was gas.
Yeah. So then my mom was like, well, who's that Pie Boy?
And thus it stuck.
It stuck. She still talks about it.
Oh, good times.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, they were interesting times.
Yeah, they were definitely interesting times. Needless to say, I don't feel fit in well to the Wichita Falls culture.
No. God, no.
Yeah, I think we just needed to get out of there.
I think so too. Do you want to talk about why you didn't feel?
Sure, yeah. So, gay.
Ew. What?
I, like, grew up really hard in the church. Mm-hmm. And, like, loved it, actually. Like, I didn't really experience, like, bad things in it until after I came out. But, like, I was, like, leading worship at the youth group and all that. Like, singing the songs.
Mm-hmm. I was going to see my boyfriend lead the church choir.
Okay.
Or whatever.
The church... Hey.
I'm in the crowd, throw my bra on stage.
So, I don't know. I feel like at the time I felt okay. Obviously, people in high school were, like, always trying to, like, clock me if I was gay or whatever.
Call you the F slur.
Call me the F slur a lot. Which, like, honestly, at the time, I didn't really feel like I was. I think I was so, like, my brain was so turned off that I just didn't even...
Yeah.
I hadn't gotten woke yet.
I, like, thinking of our memories, I am, like, gagged that I didn't know. And, like... We would play.
Did you really not?
We would play Just Dance together. Well, you were dating all my friends.
That's true. I did date like 3 of her friends. I feel like in total.
Well, like in high school, I was like, I joined the volleyball team. Like, and this is my best friend Luke from middle school, and so I like introduced. Like, we became like a friend group.
Yeah.
And so then like
very quickly.
Yeah, like instantly. It was a blast. But yeah, Luke was getting puss.
That without the puss.
Yeah, you were getting like kisses and handholds.
Very much that. Kisses and handholds.
From women.
Cannot make that more clear.
Cannot make that more clear.
They were women.
Did you ever see boobs?
No.
Crazy.
Well, I mean, I have seen boobs.
Well, yeah, but like in high school.
No. I didn't, and like we were like good kids too.
Oh yeah, we were.
We really were. Like we didn't drink ever, like at all.
We didn't at all until we were like 19.
We were literally busy studying God's word.
Yeah, I was nose deep in a Bible.
Yeah, we're just bettering ourselves. We're always on that grind, student athlete.
Yes.
Yes.
We were student athletes.
We were.
And we were in Pray at the Pole or whatever.
What was
Christian athletes?
See you at the pole?
Yeah, See You at the Pole, and then the...
FCA.
Yeah,
Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
Sorry.
The Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
I literally cannot believe that we did that.
I can't either. I know that that one math teacher that's one of our friends' moms.
Yeah.
She ran it at Zundy, and so I love
Yeah.
to do that because she was like iconic.
She was my favorite teacher, I think, ever.
Best math teacher ever. I couldn't.
She changed my life.
Me too, because I was in
Yeah.
that algebra class with the other one that was really mean. And
I remember her.
she was so mean. And then I like would ask her a question. She'd be like, "What, are you stupid?" And I was like, "I guess." And so then I go across the hall and talk to her, and she would like teach me it all. She was the best.
She was the best.
You know who you are. You know who you're talking about. We love you. You're the best.
Yes. Yeah.
Um,
So, do we want to talk about being student athletes?
I think so.
That's kind of slay.
I played soccer for 14 years. I started when I was maybe 13 years. I started when I was like 4 years old. You know, they have like the little kiddies. And I like reffed soccer. I think I actually reffed like 3 games and I got yelled at and I quit.
Honestly, fair.
There were 3-year-olds and like they were like, "He's fouling, ref. He's fouling everybody, ref." And I was like, literally, I don't even think he has the concept of what a foul
can
is.
barely walk.
He's not even going to remember this. Like, he's 3 years old. His memories haven't formed yet. And y'all are yelling at me about a foul?
Like, okay.
Like, anyway, so I continued to play. I played tennis in junior high because they didn't have soccer. And that didn't help the gay allegations. The allegations. At all. They were like, "What is this fairy doing playing tennis?" And so I was pretty good at that, though. I wish I would have stuck with it because
really good at tennis.
I really wish I would have stuck with it because I switched back to soccer in high school, and then just got like called the slurs. Like, I didn't hardly ever get to play, and that was just really not fun. But yeah, I feel like I was pretty good at it though.
Yeah, you were.
It was just like one of those things where they would like move me up to the next team and then I wouldn't play.
Yeah.
And so they did that my freshman year because they had like a freshman team. And they moved me up to JV and I never played. And then everybody left and I got to play on JV. And then the next year I got moved to varsity and just like I didn't get to play there either. And I was like, actually, this is dumb.
Yeah.
So
like, keep me at my grade level, please.
And then I got serious about my music.
And then you got really serious about the church.
The church and the music and I joined choir. I had always been in orchestra.
In show choir. I forgot about
Girl,
that.
not the allegations growing deeper.
Fairy. You are
a fairy.
He was a fairy.
Yeah, literally show choir. Okay, so I was always in orchestra and I got a gold and silver medal at state Momo.
How did I not be like, that man is fucking gay?
Maybe it was,
derogatorily.
Maybe a slur. He's a slur. Yeah. Maybe because I was just like really comfortable with my sexuality.
Yeah, and you like no, you weren't.
No. Okay, so that's when, and then I quit soccer and I joined like show choir and choir, and I started doing more music at church. And honestly, great choice by me. I didn't even take a math class my senior year because I had all this free time and I was like, girl, I'm doing early release in office aid. So I sat in the office with I'm trying to say her name without saying her name. I think she was Mrs. Rader our year. We saw her at the bar recently.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah, we were in office aid together, and she definitely knew I was gay, but there were these other 2 kids that were like always asking me in the office aid, and Sam was like, "Y'all leave him alone." Oh, I just said her name.
Hi, Sam.
Hi, Sam. You really ate that for me. You changed my life with that one.
Yeah, except she was lying. Because you are.
Because I was just a fairy.
A fairy playing tennis. Girl.
Yeah, okay, so what was your athlete journey?
So I played volleyball from like 4th grade through high school, and it was because my sister, she's 6 years older, and I was her volleyball target practice, like in the backyard. She's like, "Come on, hit it back." She's now a volleyball coach, so it makes sense.
It makes so much sense.
She really went off with that one, and so
she was good.
She's still so good. She's had 3 kids. I'm like, okay, girl. Yeah, hey,
so
stop making me look bad, girl.
Women are amazing.
So women are amazing. So she basically, I was just like, all right, now I have to do this because like I can pass a ball better than like a few others. So
to say the least.
Yeah, I played it through high school, and then in high school, our dear friend Natty Box
shout out.
we sat the bench together. So, like, I in middle school was on like B team, but would get MVP on the B team.
B team.
In high school, the same on the freshman team, as I like moved up halfway through that year, so I got MVP on the freshman team. Now I'm on JV, dude. So then I remember this like one time in a game where I was just like I was shanking every single ball, and in that moment I lost confidence, and I was like, you know what, like I also have been playing volleyball for so long.
Yeah.
So that year my parents said, Taylor, we know you want to be a pilot. And I said, I do. So I had been playing high school volleyball and doing club every year since like 4th grade. So, and it was really fun because that's like time with the girlies. But they said, Taylor, you want to be a pilot. Instead of doing club this year, do you want to do pilot lessons? And I said, yeah, bro, this is my career.
From the outside looking in, that's such like a random alternative.
I know.
Club or pilot lessons?
And I said, here we go. Take me to the skies. So, I told my high school volleyball coach, I said, hey girl, I'm not playing club this year. I'm going to the skies. And she said, if you do that, like, you're not playing. Like, you will be on the bench. And I said, I don't care. I'm going to the skies.
Good choice.
And you know what I did? My parents never got me flight lessons. And I sat the bench and had the best year of my life.
Yeah, especially because you were friends with all those girls. Like,
yeah, and so...
Because when I was on the bench, I didn't like any of them.
Oh, very true. Yeah, luckily our bestie, Maddie Box, also was destined for the bench. And so we were given, like, awards for spirit because, like, we would literally be, like, the cheerleaders. Maddie would do Herkies. We called it her good luck Herky because every time she would do it, we would get the point. And so we would, every time the ball would come over, we would do, like, witchcraft on the ball, which is, like, we were just, like, messing around.
Yeah, that's really...
Yeah. All the other girls were, like... And we're like...
Escucha las palabras de las brujas.
Literally. And we were like, but I don't think we called it witchcraft. We were like, we're doing fairy spells.
Oh.
We're doing your kind. We're doing your kind spells.
My kinds.
Honestly, it was a great year. I had a blast.
Yeah, it looked fun. I went and watched a lot of those games.
Yeah.
So. Because I was dating half the
dating Maddie Box. Yeah.
So now the people have a little snapshot of our high school lives. Mm-hmm. Of our little growing up lives.
Our hometown.
Do you want to teach me something about your little hometown?
Yes. So I was going to talk a little bit about Tyler. And one thing that y'all should know about Tyler is... Okay, first of all, I tried to look up the history of Flint, where I'm actually from, and there's, like, nothing. So I said, oh, okay, great. So we'll talk about Tyler. And one of my favorite things about Tyler is that it's the rose capital of the U.S., okay? So, backstory. By the 1920s, the rose industry was a major business. So, by the 1940s, more than half of the U.S.'s supplies of rose bushes were grown within 10 miles of Tyler.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy. And I guess it makes sense because it's so green over there. Like, it's like East Texas.
Piney woods.
So it has the piney woods and, like, probably better nutrients and stuff in the soil.
Pretty there, and it smells so good.
It really is pretty.
So... thus starting the Texas Rose Festival in 1933. So it's held each October. And when I lived there, I was like, oh my God. So it's a 3-day festival, and many of the events center around the Rose Queen and her court. And when I tell you...
Is it like a pageant situation?
Kind of, but it's all about, like, if you have money, you're, like, buying your spot as the queen.
Oh.
And so, one of my favorite things was, like, going and meeting the queen. Because, like, when you're, like, in 2nd grade, I'm like, this is Ariana Grande.
Yeah, she looks like a little princess.
Like, I am, like...
Arianka.
I'm at the front, like, yes, touch my hand, touch my hand. Oh my God. She saw me. I have a picture with her. Oh my God. And it's like a high school student. So
it's Jessica.
No, literally it's Mallory. So, and that was like, I went to middle school and with a girl, and she ended up being the queen, and her name was Mallory. So, different events. Let me just list out. It sounds like it's like a royal event. It's the queen's coronation, the queen's tea, and then the rose parade. Okay?
That sounds cool.
It is a GD blast. And so, of course, lore drop, I did hip hop for 4 years. So, one year I did get to participate in the parade with my hip hop dance troupe, along with everyone else that attended this like little dance school. No, it's not even. We're just like carrying a flag and walking down the street. I am jorking it down the street.
You love to pop and lock and jam and break.
Dance. No, literally, that was me. And so I participated by walking down in the Rose Parade, and it was so fun. When I tell you that the Rose Queen is like, has this giant crown, and all of her court are dressed like different flowers, and it's like bedazzled in the biggest gowns.
Do they pick their court?
No.
Is it like their... Oh, okay. So it's just
It's chosen by the committee of the Rose Parade. Or not, the Rose Festival.
Okay.
Yeah. But, like, normally it's like, if you're rich and being the queen, like, you're friends with all of your court.
Yeah.
And so, one of the highlights also was it would be printed out in the paper. So, my dad would be like, your girls are in the paper. And I was like, yes.
Oh my God.
Like, I was at that point where I would see one at, like, Walmart or something and be like...
Having something be in the paper was like big deal.
Yeah, like
that was major.
She's the sunflower queen or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
she's it.
She is like the girl.
Yeah.
Of the world of Taylor's life. So, anyways, that's the Rose Festival.
Well, I love it. I'm glad to learn about your culture.
So cute. I was cute. Obsessed.
Maybe we should make a trip.
Don't tempt me, girl.
Live tweeting the Rose Festival.
And I would line up I would be on the street like, there she is.
Oh my God.
The dirt. My mom's like, okay. Like,
she's like,
can we go? No, the Rose Queen is the last float.
No, Mama. I have to watch the Rose Queen.
Mama, please.
I guess I'll go into talking about Wichita Falls.
You may.
Now, I really should have worn glasses. Not that I need them, just for the ambiance. So, Wichita Falls, located in North Texas. And North Texas, for non-Texas people, North Texas is not like the Panhandle.
No.
The Panhandle is like either called West Texas or the Panhandle.
Or it's just El Paso.
Yeah, and El Paso is also like just El Paso. So, which should be West Texas.
Yeah.
It's confusing. Anyway, North Texas, though, is like... You have the Panhandle, and then it like where it meets the Red River meets Oklahoma.
Yeah.
It's like that kind of area. So North Texas, it's right next to Oklahoma, right on the Red River. Native Americans, namely the Wichita and Tauviah tribes, passed through and kind of put it on the map, right? So when the white man came through, there's like settlements already there. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of why they started settling there, I think. I guess we're going to find out. And then it was named after a small waterfall on the river.
Oh.
Which nowadays in Wichita Falls, we have like this giant man-made...
dirt.
It's
river.
Okay. It's like, yeah. Okay. So it's huge. They like man-made this giant waterfall.
Yeah.
If you ever come from...
Wherever.
Is it north to south, you'll like see it, and it's huge, and you can walk up it and stuff. But
yeah, I've been to it a couple of times.
But yeah, it's like chocolate milk. It looks like chocolate milk because it's like the clay.
It looks like
sediment.
They put a little poop on it.
Yeah, it literally looks like chocolate milk. Especially at certain times of the year, it's like
it's gross.
It's gross looking. I've seen it once where I was like, oh, that looks pretty nice, but normally, yeah, it's like chocolate milk.
Ugh.
So, anyway, that's where the name comes from. In 1882, it officially became a city because they like sold the town lot, I guess.
Cute.
1910 is when Frank Kell and Joseph Kemp come through, which we have like their estates are still in town. One's up for sale, actually.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I think you can like buy the Kell
We
mansion.
need to purchase it. Oh, the Kell mansion is right there.
Yeah, or the Kemp. I can't remember. One of the two is like for sale right now. I thought it was interesting, but they linked Wichita Falls like through the rest of the country via railroads, and that's why they were regarded so high, is because they like really put it on the map. And then in 1918, they discovered oil in Burke Burnett, which is like 15 minutes north.
Yeah.
And that's what really changed the game for little old Wichita Falls.
I remember in economics class talking about how, like, Wichita Falls was going to be the New York City. And presidents, like, would come and stay. And then, hey, all the oil dried up.
Yeah.
And then everyone was like, hey, it's ugly here.
Okay.
We're going to New York City.
Let's go literally anywhere else. Which I think brings me to my next point. Wichita Falls has so many random like quirks about it, because it was this huge oil boom town. So there's like this giant downtown.
Yeah.
Like huge, like skies, like really tall buildings.
Yeah.
Just for like no reason essentially anymore.
The world's tallest skyscraper.
Or the world's littlest skyscraper.
Whatever.
That's an interesting story.
Yes.
So somebody commissioned like a group that builds buildings to build a building downtown, and they're like, it's going to be the biggest building this side of the Mississippi.
Yes.
And they like swindled them really bad, because they put it in like inches versus feet or something.
Yeah, in the documents they didn't like clarify if it was feet or inches. So it's like this tiny little building.
Tiny little tower. And then they like they built the thing, took the money, and like escaped and like bolted out of there. There's
now an antique store in there, and you can still go up to the second floor. It only goes 2 floors.
It's very small, and it's not even stairs. It's like basically ladders, because there wasn't room for
that's insane. I wish I would have thought of it.
So wild.
It's so smart.
It's so genius, bro.
So smart. Something else about it is like there's just like weird little things. Like there's a little park called Kiwanis Park. Where there's like, it's an enclosure of prairie dogs.
Yeah, just for some reason.
And I
think they tried to kill them all.
They did. So, you guys, like, half a mile away there's houses, and they were like, oh, the prairie dogs are getting into our yards and eating up. So then they like started a commission to try and catch all of them and kill them. So
crazy.
They ended up like catching them and like making the enclosure deeper. Obviously they're burrowing animals, so they will continue to get out. But, like, when you go to Kiwanis Park, because trust me, I still do. I got engaged there.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you did.
I love Kiwanis Park.
It's huge, honestly.
Yeah, and it's such a fun park.
Right across from the Plex.
Yeah.
Or the Family Fun Center or
right across from the Family Fun Center, where I had my first date with someone in middle school. Good
times.
I'm trying to think. Were you my first boyfriend?
Yeah, I'm like, wait, maybe I wasn't. Because the other guy that Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he the first one, technically?
I think he was.
We live and we learn.
We do. He has 3 kids now.
That's a lot of kids.
Yeah. Like, that's like if you could get a deal on a family meal.
Yeah. You can go to the Golden Chick.
You can go to Babes.
You can go to Babes.
You could go to Babes and get a
Unlimited
discount.
sides.
Yeah. So, oh my God. That's crazy. So maybe you weren't my first boyfriend. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I guess I'll just get over that later.
Yeah, me too, I guess. I've been telling everyone that for forever.
Yeah, we just lie to people for years.
Okay, he was only my boyfriend for like 2 weeks. But,
Didn't he also like get a new girlfriend without telling you or something?
He like, we hadn't kissed or anything because I hadn't had my first kiss, and he kissed someone in the hallway.
In the hallway?
Yeah, in the hallway at Zundy, and I was like, damn, they really come and go, huh? He was hot for his time.
No, I agree.
During the time, he was cute.
Was at the time, yeah. I agree with you. Mm-hmm. I hope he never hears this.
Hey! Well, I mean, it was an 8th grade, like, 2-week thing.
Girl, yeah.
We were supposed to get married.
No.
Why'd you do that to me?
Why'd you do that to me, bro?
Bro, why'd you do that to me? But yeah.
It's just a random city. So the giant downtown, we have the groundhogs or the
Kiwanis
prairie
Park.
dogs, and we have
The Air Force Base.
giant Air Force Base, which it's like number 10 to be like hit in like case of war because they train all the pilots there.
Yes.
So that's a little terrifying.
It is scary. And you know what is almost scarier? When you would go out on a weekend and all the Air Force boys are like fiending
Girl,
for some
jump scare.
just like a little boob grab or something.
Okay, and trust, Grindr was crazy there. Grindr was crazy there because they were like all in the military.
I'm gagged.
Did I ever tell you about my Grindr experiences in Wichita? I never like met up with anybody from there because
No.
the risk was too high.
The risk was high.
The risk was too high, but definitely lots of Air Force men.
I had a roommate that messed around with quite a few of them, and they were cute, but I was scared that one was going to come in my room and kill me. So.
I think that's valid too. Like,
Yeah, I do. I think that is. And then it's also like a college town.
yeah, a pretty big university, D2.
My alma mater.
Steingang.
Stang gang.
Yeah, my parents went there, and your dad went there.
My dad.
My dad.
I have to ask
My
my
dad.
dad. Yeah. All in all, I'm glad that I met you there.
Me too. I'm glad that I met you there, and I'm glad we also left.
Yes, I'm glad we now live in Dallas.
Yeah.
The Big D.
Literally eons away from Wichita Falls.
Yeah, the way it's 2 hours away.
2 hours away.
But
We're
you
acting
know
like we
what?
moved to New York or something.
I think it's great though because if like we need to go there for anything, it's just like a drive away.
Yeah.
But it's the perfect distance where I'm like, you know what? It doesn't exist sometimes.
Exactly. I felt that way in college too. Like it was
Yeah.
a good distance because I could drive home if I was feeling like sad or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But
And then I was here. Or I was in Wichita Falls, so I was like, Luke's coming to town.
yeah, I used to come all the time. That was so much fun.
It
That
was.
that little era of
That era of us.
Wichita Falls is a lot more fun as an adult.
I agree.
I will say that for sure.
Yeah, I love the downtown now.
Me too. The coffee shops, the brewery.
The antiquing is so cheap.
If y'all are passing through Wichita Falls, make a stop at the boutiques and the Wichita Falls Brewing Company.
Yeah,
Because
it's so fun.
their beers are fire.
Their beers are fire and their little pizzas are too.
Oh my God. And you know what else? Get a club sandwich at 8th Street Coffee House. That thing has crack in it. It is so good.
Do not get the avocado toast.
Don't get the
there,
avocado. No. Don't.
though. Don't get the avocado
Don't
toast.
get the avocado toast.
Get the club sandwich.
But get the club sandwich.
Okay, you guys. Well, I hope you learned a lot about our hometowns and Wichita Falls.
Me too. And I can't wait to see you back here again on this couch for another episode of ALTP, baby.
Mm-hmm. It was so good to see y'all.
Bye.